headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, broadcasting from the Pods Moving and Storage Studio. It's the Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. We help people build wealth, do work that they love, and create actual amazing relationships. Thank you for joining us, America. Rachel Cruz, #1 best-selling author, Ramsey personality. My daughter is my co-host today. Open phones at 888-825-5225. That's 888-825-5225. Jennifer's in Phoenix to start off this hour. Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
I am just wonderful. How are you today?
Better than we deserve. What's up in your world?
Exactly. Hi, Dave. I am calling because I had purchased a 2023 Kia Niro and had complete buyer's remorse after I got it. So I took it back, and I got a 2019. Now I'm regretting that, and I'm about ready to just sell it, give it back. I think it's too late to give it back, and just walk everywhere. How do I get out of all this mess that I created?
I mean, is it realistic to walk everywhere, Jennifer, or are you just kind of being funny?
I'm just kind of being funny.
Yeah, okay. But you're just tired of the car remorse of all the decisions you've been making.
Exactly.
So how much do you owe on this car?
This new car, $32,000.
Okay. And what's your household income?
My household income is $52,000.
Okay. Well, your buyer's remorse is logical because it was a bad decision.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I agree.
But you're past the point of being able to return it because you've owned it for a while, correct?
Correct. That is correct. A couple weeks.
So
I'm not sure.
So you're going to be selling it and likely taking a loss.
Likely.
And then you're going to have to get something cheap that you can afford to drive. Do you have any money?
Cash? No.
Okay. Do you have like a mutual fund that's not in retirement, or do you have any money you can get your hands on?
No.
Okay. All right. What did you get rid of? What were you driving before?
Something I should have never gotten rid of. I had a 2017 Kia Soul that I only owed $12,000 on.
Yeah, that was probably about right, with the idea we were going to turn around and get that paid off. So you were about where you needed to be. So we need to move back that direction, and there's probably going to be some financial pain involved. Like you might lose a couple grand in this move back towards your old car, right?
Correct.
And you'll probably finance that into the deal. And when I do something stupid, and Jennifer, I've done a lot of stupid stuff, a lot bigger than this. Okay, I always just call when it costs me money. I always just say Dave's paying stupid tax. So I think Jennifer's getting ready to pay some stupid tax.
I believe so.
Yeah, you got car fever, and instead of taking a cold shower, you bought a car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah. Well, I've been there. I've done it too. I know what it feels like. And that's what gives you that bad taste on the back of your tongue called regret, right?
Exactly.
So the good news is that you can fix this. The bad news is it's going to hurt. And the good news is you will learn the lesson so thoroughly you will never do this crap again.
Oh, yes.
You've already had enough emotional pain to never do it again, hadn't you?
Oh, I have. Yes. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and don't be hard on yourself, Jennifer. I mean, I know it's frustrating, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to cost me, just like Dave was just saying. But, you know, but it's happened, right? And so don't be sitting here for months and months and months just beating yourself up over it either. Give yourself some grace and learn from it, because that's the best. I mean, that's really the best thing that you can do is to say, okay, I'm never going to make that mistake again. But what you were saying, Dave, though, for her today, for her to go.
Yeah.
Sell it
and move down to a $10,000 car.
And take a loan out for the 10 grand.
You're going to take out for the 10 grand, and you're probably going to be $2 grand in the hole on this flip.
Yeah.
Flipping back out of this, because you probably paid retail for it, and you're probably not going to get retail for it on the flip. So somewhere in there, and that's the thing. So when I filed bankruptcy, Jennifer, I did a whole lot dumber things than you've done. I was 28 years old. Rachel's right. You don't want to be too hard on yourself, but I do want to separate two things there. I was not hard on myself. I never said you're stupid.
the decision, though.
But I did do some stupid stuff.
Yes.
And I wanted to be really hard on the stupid but decision.
Yep.
Where I never go back there again. But that's different than being hard on, carrying around shame.
Right.
Conviction is different than shame.
Mm-hmm.
Conviction is I did a stupid thing. Shame is I am stupid. And I am not personally stupid, but I have done some unbelievably stupid things in my life. I'm 62. I've had a lot of chances at it, so there you go. All right, Brittany's with us in Birmingham. Hey, Brittany, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How can we help?
Yeah, so my question is kind of more of a moral thing than a money thing. So my husband is 25 and I'm 23. We've been married for just over a year, and we've recently kind of decided that we want to start seeing where every penny of our money goes. And both of our parents love you. We've grown up, going to your classes and reading your books, so we know everything. And my mother-in-law decided that she wanted to offer us some advice, so we started to take some of her advice. And then one day she came to us and said, I just want to go ahead and make your budget for you. And I immediately laughed this off, and I thought, this is crazy. Like, I would not do that. I think she's joking. But my husband thought that it was a really good idea, and I begged
that's
and
so
pleaded with him.
sweet.
And I begged and pleaded with him to not let her do this, and so I finally got him to agree for us to work on our budget together alone, and I thought it would be for our eyes only. But in the middle of us writing down our paychecks, like our bills and things like that, he called his mom and asked her to come over, and she came over to our house and looked at everything.
Do you hear the helicopter blades?
Yeah. And she came over and she looked at everything. And while she was on the way after he hung up, I begged and pleaded with him to not let her come over. I cried. I was like, please don't do this. I wanted to do this together. And he told me that I was acting like a child, and that it was ridiculous for me to be acting this way, and it was perfectly okay for his mom to look at our budget.
Who's the child?
And
I'm like, oh my God.
Who's the child here? He's the mommy's boy.
Jeez.
Exactly. And I said this, and I told my parents, and my parents were furious. They were like, what is he thinking? Basically, she came over and looked at everything, and he even let her take it home with her and do it herself.
Okay, so Brittany,
herself.
you're 100% right. You're not crazy. You need to stop this from happening. This is a boundary violation. Helicopter mommy and mommy's boy need to learn the idea that the Bible says leave and cleave. You leave your parents and you cleave to your spouse.
And that includes you too, Brittany, instead of calling your parents.
Yeah, don't call your mommy and daddy.
Yeah, y'all need to,
A marriage counselor and duct tape
And it's
is
okay
involved,
to ask.
right?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Ask for wisdom, but do it yourself.
There you go.
I think that's a fair. We could wrap back on this because there's other
Let's
thoughts.
just do it. Let's come back on it. This is the Ramsey Show.
Still on baby step number 1, eh?
How'd you guess?
With healthcare costs rising, learn how Christian Healthcare Ministries can help you make the most out of your budget. Visit chministries.org/budget.
Don't worry, it's worth it.
Rachel Cruz, #1 best-selling author. Ramsey Personality is my co-host. We're talking with Brittany, 23 and 25 years old. Her mother-in-law inserted herself into their budgeting process.
Husband
Her mother-in-law
brought it in.
Her husband, but her mother-in-law inserted herself too, pretty aggressively, into the budgeting process. Brittany doesn't think that's okay. We're kind of in agreement there, and both parents are big fans and want to help this young couple, some appropriately, some inappropriately. Is that about how far we got, Brittany?
Yes.
Okay. So where do we stand today?
So she took the budget home with her, and basically a few days later, we both got a text message in a group chat with her. She had written everything out that we make and said, this is what you save from this paycheck and blah, blah, blah. And I texted her very nicely and said, we will decide what we do with our money. And she didn't like that. My husband didn't like that. He thought that I was being rude to her. I have suggested marriage counseling. I have suggested going to counseling, and he does not believe in that. He doesn't think that stuff works. He refuses to go. So that's not really an option. I am just calling to get some advice to see if I'm crazy for thinking that this is completely wrong. And my parents also agree with me. They think that it's absolutely insane. And so I'm just calling for advice to see what you have to say.
So when it comes to relationships, Brittany, and money, what we always find is usually it has to do with there's the problems and the issues going on within the relationship. It's not about the budget. It's about that your husband didn't listen to you. Your husband didn't respect your opinion, shooed you off like you were a child, and kept bulldozing his way through, right? That to me, yes, your mother-in-law doing the budget, all of that, that's an issue. But for me, is if I were you sitting in your position, that's the issue that makes me.
My feelings are hurt, you know?
Sure. Well, yeah, you weren't listened to. So,
but let's make sure that what Rachel's saying, you're getting this. Your feelings don't need to be hurt at your mother-in-law. They need to be hurt at your husband.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
He's the problem. She's the symptom.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Brittany, if I were you guys, you've been married right at a year, less than a year?
Yes, just over a year.
Yeah. I would find people in his life that you guys have a really great relationship with. And I don't know if that's friends. It doesn't need to be family. I don't know if that's friends. I don't know if there's like a mentor or someone that he really looks up to, but you need someone else speaking into this versus us sitting here in Nashville. You know, we can give you our advice, but really to have people walk with you, because he needs to get to a point of humility, to be able to say that therapy is not wrong. And I know some people have like this weird thing about it, but to go to marriage counseling, but to hear other people speak into his life, because I'm scared that it's like he's so tunnel visioned into what he wants to do, including bringing his mom into these situations, that you're not being heard within your marriage. Mm-hmm. And I want to make sure you're communicating it well too, right? That you're not, Yeah,
I don't think you need to text her about this again. I think you need to bust him.
Yes, and I've tried to have that conversation.
No. You just blew it off. There is no excuse for you to go after her again. She's not the problem. She's the symptom. I want you to direct all of your force into your marriage relationship. Because that's where all of this is.
I have, and all I'm met with is you're acting like a child, you're being ridiculous, you're being rude.
Yeah, I heard you say that. But my point is that doesn't then you turn left and go text her, which kind of verified what he was saying. And so instead of going at him, because this guy's relationship with his mom is about 3 notches too far over the edge. Okay? Period. Mm-hmm. Period. Anybody listening is going, this is a problem. He's got a mama's boy syndrome. And everybody listening is going, yeah, this is kind of obvious, everybody but him and his mom. And so the good news is this young boy has a chance to grow up and be a man now and be a husband. And he's got an opportunity to step into manhood. And the part of that is loving and respecting your mother as an adult at a bit of a distance.
That's right.
And with reasonable boundaries. And
listening to your wife.
Hello.
And at least,
yeah.
I don't know. That's my problem in this whole conversation.
And you need to quit running to your mom and dad. Y'all are both acting like you're children. Okay? The two of you need to take this inside your house, inside your four walls, and jump on the fact that your relationship is busted and his respect for you, your all's ability to communicate, your all's ability to problem solve without bringing in outside forces called in-laws is limited. And you need some new tools to work on that. So, yeah. Do you guys attend a good church by chance?
We don't at the moment. I work on Sundays, and he's on call. He's a lineman.
So you don't have a good pastor's connection that you could use to just sit down with a pastor?
Not at the moment.
Okay, that's fair. All right, then you do just need to get a hold of a good marriage counselor, or call a good local pastor there in Birmingham and just see if they'll meet with you. But no. You are not being childish. No, you're not being unreasonable to not want her in there. Possibly some of your reactions to the whole situation once you lost it were childish. I don't know about that. But, this is a relationship question. It is not a budget question. This is a boundary violation. If Sharon Ramsey inserted herself into Rachel and Winston's
or Daniel, it'd be her son.
That'd be the same thing. Yeah, into Daniel's situation, Daniel would not allow that. Allison would not allow that, and I would not allow her to do that. There'd be a lot of not allowing here. It's called boundaries. And,
yes, but for young, let's go on.
I'm the guy that teaches America how to do a budget, by the way, and I haven't ever done a budget for any of my grown married children, ever once.
And I remember coming up to the house. Winston and I were probably married about 2 years, and there was a money thing. I can't remember what it was. It was like we had some money, and it was like, should we invest it here? Should we put it in a It was a pretty basic question. And you wouldn't answer it. You're like, well, what do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I'm like, I don't know what to think. That's why I'm asking you.
Should have called into the show, Rachel.
I should have called into the show. I would have gotten the answer. I know. But for real, though, there's a balance in overbearing, but then young couples listening to have wisdom speak into your life.
Yeah, she apparently is good at doing a budget. It would have been nice to have her input if it wasn't controlling. Exactly. But you can't ask this woman for anything because she doesn't know when to stop.
I know.
She's like that bulldog I had. It never knew when to stop eating, so it'd get fat.
I know. Okay,
had to just cut the food off.
I'm thinking about all the young couples, though, listening, and they've been married for a year and a half, and they don't know. Maybe they have questions about their money, and maybe their parents are really great at money. What is the appropriate?
I think you can ask for help with that, and ask for input on anything.
If
from your
both
parents.
are good.
If you're both good with that, number one. But number two, if the person you're asking has reasonable boundaries and is not going to artificially insert themselves over the line into the situation. Okay? Now, one of the reasons you got the answer you and Winston got was you're asking me, but also you're asking me in the sense that you understand your husband has married into this family at that time. This is what's going through my head when you're asking me this question that is bigger than life, that takes up all the air in the room, and that everywhere we go, it's all about Dave, and it'd be nice for something to be about Winston. And so I'm like, no, I'm not getting in this. If it had been a normal situation, I would have answered the question as your dad. But because we're not normal, we're weird. I got to give Winston some space, and that's why I push back on y'all. I'm like, y'all go figure it out. You kind of know the answer, and he already knew the answer probably. But I didn't want him thinking that he was in my shadow. He's the son-in-law,
right?
And because I got a big old shadow, and so I got to be careful with that. And it's just you got to really work this stuff in your head relationally because it gets all screwed up fast.
It does. It's sticky.
Yeah. Sticky, wicky.
Sticky. Thanks, Brittany, for calling. Good luck.
Yeah. Work on it, kiddo. Work on your marriage and your husband, not your mother-in-law. This is The Ramsey Show. Look, I love real estate, and I want you to have a house, but I don't want a house to have you. That's why you need to get in touch with Churchill Mortgage to make sure you do this right. These guys are awesome. They'll help you get on a smarter mortgage plan because they're committed to doing what's right for you. That means they check in every year with free consultations to help you stay on the right plan. They show you how to save money and interest so you can build wealth faster. They walk you through the total cost of your loan so you can make the best choice. Basically, they care. That's why we call them Ramsey Trusted. You can achieve debt-free home ownership, and Churchill is here to help. Go to their site, churchillmortgage.com/Ramsey, to start your approval or get more information. Rachel Cruz, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author. My daughter is my co-host today. This is the Ramsey Show. Rachel and I and all the Ramsey personalities just returned from being gone off and on through the month of November to different cities, from Sacramento to Minneapolis to San Antonio, and I'm leaving out Phoenix. We've been all over the place. And so this last weekend we were in San Antonio. The week before we were in Minneapolis. While I was in Minneapolis, a guy came up to me during one of the picture lines. We're doing pictures and signing books with people and all this stuff. Handed me this and he said, he's a high school teacher teaching our high school curriculum. Can you give our high school class a shout out?
Oh.
So here we go. Community Christian School, Wilmer, Minnesota, Mr. Nelson's class.
Oh.
Consider yourself shouted out.
Mr. Nelson.
Mr. Nelson.
Look at you keeping a sheet of paper around.
Carried it in my pocket.
I'm impressed.
Since Minneapolis. So there you go.
And then look who else is from Minneapolis.
Well, I told him I would do it, so I did it. And we're blessed. We have about 48% of the high schools in America teach our high school curriculum now. And Mr. Nelson in Wilmer, Minnesota is one of them. So there you go. On the debt-free stage with future Weird People t-shirts on. I love it. Dane and Amanda are with us. Oh, also from Minneapolis.
That's why I said
Look
also
at that.
from Minneapolis.
Did you graduate from Mr. Nelson's class? No. Not quite. No. Welcome, guys. Good to have y'all.
Thank you.
How much debt have you paid off?
$254,000.
Whoop, whoop.
Nice.
How long did this take?
3 years.
3 years.
Wow.
And your range of income?
$190 to $270.
Okay. What do you guys do for a living?
I am a technology recruiter with General Mills.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a pharmacist with the VA in Minneapolis.
Okay. A technology critter.
Oh, recruiter, sorry.
Recruiter. I thought I've got some technology critters in the building, but we've never given them that title. We've never given them that title. I've got several, as a matter of fact.
Recruiter.
I got some of those too.
Yes.
Oh, so it says future Weird People, so that means $254,000, and a lot of that was student loans.
Correct.
Not the house. Whoa!
Correct.
Wow, big dogs. Tell us the breakdown. What kind of debt was this?
It was credit cards, a small portion, my student loans, and then his student loans was the bulk of it, and a little bit of IRS.
Oh, pharmacy school. Big time. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
You got it.
And IRS?
Just like a little bit of tax. It was like the cash flow during the debt. You know, you get your bill, so we kind of threw it in there.
Okay, good. Wow. So how long y'all been married?
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
So halfway in the marriage, you looked up and went, there's a lot of Sally Mae in my life.
Yeah.
Tell us the story. What happened?
Well, we both kind of had separate I've had it moments. Mine was we just bought a new house. We had one toddler at home, another one on the way. And I just got into my big kid pharmacist job, and we just kept running. We had more month than we had money. And so we'd go into the credit card. We'd swipe the credit card. And this was this endless cycle of trying to pay off the credit card. And with the second one on the way, it was just scary, not knowing where our money was going. And then for Amanda, summer 2019, we had an opportunity to potentially buy a lake lot next to her parents' cabin on the lake. Oh. And we were sitting in the boat on the lake talking, and we looked and did the math, and we're like, we're almost $750,000 in debt between our house and our student loans, and this would put us close to $1 million. And that was a really scary thought. So our friends Mikey and Caitlin actually ended up posting on Facebook about their journey. We had never heard your name before then. And they posted, and Amanda reached out to them, and they came over and walked us through it. And that was where we started.
Wow. Okay, so you went $750,000 Lake Lot, no go.
Correct.
No go. Wow.
Correct. My parents were really supportive and said, like, this cabin is basically yours as well. So my brother bought the next lot instead. So we still got big family area there. Yeah.
Worked out good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Wow, and now you're free 3 years later.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 years ago when you sit down with that couple and you guys are running the numbers and you're thinking, we're going to do this. Was the journey harder? Was it easier? Was it what you expected? Walk me through the last 3 years.
It was a lot harder than we thought. Dave and this whole show really supported us. We thought, just my loans and our credit card, like the PSLF will pay off Dane's debt, like haha. And then a year in after that, we were like, okay, it's 1% less than that of people getting it paid off. Like we have to do it. Like you went to school, we're going to pay off your debt. And so really the last 2 years we're paying off his debt. And we had another baby. We were in weddings. We said no to a lot of things that were extra. Yeah, on the photo right there too, we'll talk about our biggest cheerleader, his sister. But when COVID hit too, as a pharmacist, I mean, he picked up that overtime and I was home with the kids and it was really stressful and hard on our marriage, him being gone and working so much, but it was still a thank you for helping everybody and helping our family ultimately, like coming home knowing, okay, that extra overtime is going to get us faster and faster. So pick up those shifts, like fine, we can not do things and I'll stay home with the kids and find something to do. But it was really hard. And now that it's like, I don't have to pick it up. And he got promoted in the meantime. I got promoted, like my salary doubled during our journey. So it was really awesome. And we've had a lot of support.
Very cool. Very cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Proud of y'all.
Thank you.
So his sister was one of the big cheerleaders. The people you met from Facebook were big cheerleaders.
Yes.
They had to be. Something good can come of Facebook. We just proved
right. One of the few things. Yeah.
Who knew?
I know. And we actually just last week saw all of you, and we went with Caitlin and Mikey. So it was just a really
y'all were in Santa Tana. You were in Minneapolis.
We were in Minneapolis. That's Caitlin and Mikey on the video right there. Yeah. And it was a really emotional, full circle. We submitted our payment. It went through within those last couple of days. So it was just holy crap. This is real.
Yeah, we would have got you with somebody and done a debt-free scream in the hallway if we'd have known it. Oh my gosh. Good for y'all. Well done. Very well done. Okay, what do you tell people the secret to getting out of debt is?
Communication, 100%. I mean, it changed our marriage, communicating about the money, and then obviously the budget. So I mean, we're always talking about the budget, even spending an extra $20 here or there. It's like, hey, can we do this? Should we do this? And it's been huge for us.
Yeah, very much. We feel really weird when couples say I'm going to put it on my card so my husband doesn't see it or that. I was like, I asked him if I can spend $5 at Starbucks. I don't get it.
And he asks you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We talk about it.
Because that's a lot of people's, that's a friction point for a lot of people is they're like, I still want this level of independence. But you guys are saying, we went all in together, working as a team, and it helped our marriage, right? The communication about money. Yep. And so that's just encouragement to couples out there that think, there's this sense of security that people have to separate it.
Yes.
But when you come together and actually lock arms, it's amazing what it can do.
Yeah, it's been so freeing.
If you don't have that communication and you're working bazillion hours of overtime and she's stuck home with the kids and COVID's afraid you're going to die from COVID all in the middle of it and all that, you'd be going into orbit. It was already tough with communication.
Yeah.
Hard on your marriage. You're saying, it was a tough time.
Yeah.
The only way you get through that is this increase. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to walk it out. We're going to walk it out. And you guys are impressive. Well done.
Thank you.
Such a great job.
Well done. Couple of studs. Well done. Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Good. We got a copy of, we got the Live and Give bundle for you, a copy of Total Money Makeover to give to a friend. Maybe you can jump on Facebook and find somebody to give it to.
We will.
Baby Steps Millionaires, that's the next chapter in your story for sure, our latest #1 bestseller, and a 1-year membership to Financial Peace University. Use or give any of that. It's all there for you guys just to say we're proud of you and thanks for making a trip all the way to Nashville from Minneapolis to do a debt-free scream.
Thank you so much.
Dane and Amanda, Minneapolis, $254,000 paid off. That includes pharmacy school. Did it in 3 years, making $190 to $270 right in the middle of a pandemic. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1.
We're debt-free! Yeah! Whoop! That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Don't tell me you can't do it if you went to pharmacy school. No whining. Dane and Amanda just did a mic drop on your idea. This is The Ramsey Show. In case you couldn't tell, debt-free screams are a big deal around here. Folks who stand on this stage are heroes. They chose to live like no one else, and now they get to live and give like no one else. That's why we've started giving everyone who does their debt-free scream the Live and Give box. You just heard me talking about it. It's the toolkit to walk out this whole baby steps journey and live and give like no one else the rest of your life. And now it's not just for debt-free screamers. We're offering the Live and Give box to all of you. You get a copy of the Total Money Makeover, an entire year of Financial Peace University, and the Baby Steps Millionaires, all for just $99. Now, Financial Peace University is $99. So basically, you're getting the two books free if you want to look at it that way. If you're brand new to the baby steps, these tools, the tools in this box, will help you get out of debt and build wealth. Or if you're debt-free and you're on your way to being a Baby Steps millionaire, this is how you can split the box up and live and give and make it into 3 different gifts if you want to. It's a good deal. So to get the Live and Give box, go to RamseySolutions.com/box. RamseySolutions.com/box. Our question of the day comes from Blinds.com. Find out for yourself why Blinds.com is the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings. Free samples, free shipping, and with the new promos they run every month, you'll save even more. Use the promo code Ramsey to get the best deal.
Today's question comes from Casey in Arizona. This is going to sound so silly. How strict would you get with this debt payoff? We are $20,000 in debt with cars. We recently got married. I am now pregnant, and my husband refuses to buy me any soup. He wants us living off rice and chicken. I'm puking all day. Can't keep food down, and I asked him for soup yesterday.
This is real.
He makes very good money. So 1 can of soup wouldn't hurt, but he's also dead set on not eating or buying anything other than essentials. We're literally fighting over it. Thanks, a pregnant wife craving soup. Is that real, y'all? Oh my gosh. See, this is the problem with our jobs, Dave, that we've created.
It means we will have a job
that
forever.
We've created him. Oh no, Casey, yes.
No,
go
we
get
did not
soup.
create him. We never told someone to do that, ever. If you mean, when we say live on beans and rice and beans, if you think we mean that literally, I mean, you really need to go back to school. It's a metaphor for sacrificial living. The deeper you sacrifice, the faster you get out. The chances when we were dead dog broke in bankruptcy court and my wife is carrying Rachel during that moment, Rachel was born the year we filed bankruptcy, the chances of me telling Sharon Ramsey she ain't going to have any soup is about 0. Okay, I would have woke up dead.
Wouldn't have woken up?
I wouldn't have woke up at all. I'm telling you, duct tape to the bed and her standing over me with a baseball bat. It wouldn't have, this would not have worked, right? We are not going to do this. So, come on, man. I mean, really. Goodness, Rachel's now coughing.
Well, I just remember how sick I was.
You were sick.
Pregnant, and that's so terrible. Casey, go get soup. Go spend $10 and get you 10 cans of soup.
Tell Mr. Pharisee to lighten up a notch. Goodness gracious. Okay. No, we're not buying a new car. We're buying a can of soup. Jeez.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're both spenders at heart, so we don't.
I've had people call and say, well, my husband made me get in a dumpster and get something out of the dumpster because you said, I never said that ever. Never one time did I tell a man to send his wife to the dumpster to get stuff out. Never once. But I've actually had that call one time. Oh my gosh, these people take stuff. Listen, I get it that you got the point, but you missed the point. Okay? There's a concept here, not a detail.
Yeah.
And so it's I think it was why Jesus was frustrated with the Pharisees, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got the concept, but you got all caught up in the details.
And you went really far over.
Way over the line, down the hole, the rabbit hole.
Poor Casey in Arizona. If I had your address, Casey, I would ship you a pallet of soup.
A pallet?
Yep.
Just show it.
Soup
just
for the rest of your pregnancy.
Costco, here we go. Direct to Casey's yard. Let's do a GoFundMe for Casey's soup. Yeah. No, she doesn't need that. She needs to. Well, she's got it. She's got what she needs now. So it's kind of low class to just yell at the top of your lungs, "I told you so," isn't it?
Well, it's one of your favorite pastimes, so go right ahead.
Yeah, because I got so much crap from the Bitcoin bros. And as George says, the Bitcoin bros they're pretty much like Mary Kay. Bitcoin's pretty much like Mary Kay for young men. You know, that's what George says, and he's pretty much right. Because they can't listen to anything. Their brains are turned off if you're not going to do their thing.
Oh,
right?
yeah. We got hit on with crypto stuff.
Oh, God, man. We got just every time I said don't do crypto, I'm an idiot. I'm a boomer. I'm out of touch. I don't understand. And, Dave, I would think you don't like regulation. I would think you like. Listen, I don't like over-regulation. When it comes to my money, I do like a wee bit. And right now, aren't you wishing you had a wee bit of regulation with FTX's Sam Bankman-Fried? I mean, there's right there in the name is a clue, right? Collapse compared to Freed. I know. I can't resist though. The collapse is compared to Enron or Madoff. FTX's failure likened to Enron's scandal or Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme. This from Fox Business. The collapse of cryptocurrency exchange FTX amid reports that at least $1 billion in client funds disappeared.
Oh my gosh.
Where are the regulators? Well, it's not regulated, which some of you were so proud of. Impacting potentially around 1 million customers has prompted comparisons to some of the most notorious financial scandals in decades, yet the magnitude of customers impacted is even larger. FTX, which at its peak was the third largest cryptocurrency exchange, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on Friday. Told you so. And the company confirmed over the weekend that millions of dollars worth of assets were unaccounted for. Told you so. The company's founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, faces allegations that he secretly transferred, that's called stealing, up to $10 billion from FTX to Alameda, his hedge fund that also filed for bankruptcy. And the company is facing a criminal probe in the Bahamas. Oh, no. I mean, if you can get the Bahamians upset enough about you that they go after you, because they're a pretty laid-back bunch, I'm just saying. You get them pissed off, you have really stepped in it. Wow.
Man, he did some, like, deep,
like, off of the chain.
And is it, man, yeah. And it's just greed. I mean, like, that's, like, to the deepest core.
Oh, this is just thievery.
Well, yeah, yes, I know, but
billions.
But motivation of it, it's like,
yeah.
Sam.
But anybody that doesn't get it, I mean, it's the third largest Bitcoin exchange, Dave. I mean, come on. At what point, Boomer, aren't you going to wake up to this new and shiny, wonderful thing? You don't know what you're talking about. Tell people to stay away from this. I've already made. Where's your money now? Mr. Fried took it.
It is funny though, because crypto, it was a hot topic. Even
it's a hot topic today.
I know, but it's
all over the news for the last 48 hours.
It's nowhere to be seen.
This may be the biggest fraud and theft in human history.
I mean, if it's bigger than Madoff,
if it's bigger than Madoff and it's bigger than Enron.
What was Madoff's? Do you know the numbers there?
No, it was 68 million or 68 billion or something. This is. They're saying this is going to be larger. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Madoff was huge though. It was massive, but it's straight up thievery. And
and those millions of people that lost their money.
Zippo. Well, sad. Sad. I lost my money when I was stupid, too. Told you so. Told you so. Oh, I hate that you lost money, guys, but I did tell you not to do this stuff, okay? I told you. Well, you can put a little bit in because I want to be a little bit cool. I just got a little bit in because I'm a little bit cool. Oh, my God. I mean, I got a friend that's a multimillionaire, and he goes, Dave, I know, but I put $10,000 in. I'm like, dude, you could lose that on the crap table in 30 seconds and not miss it. I know, that's why I did it. And I said, now you're going to lose it on that, and then you're going to act like you were cool. See, it's just, yeah. I just hate the spirit around this stuff and what it does to people because they get sucked into it and then they get their heads taken off. And this guy, man.
Slow and steady wins the race. Predictable investments. That's the moral of the story.
There you go. Be the tortoise, don't be the FTX hare. This is the Ramsey Show.
Hey, it's Rachel Cruz, co-host on The Ramsey Show. If you want to do your debt-free scream live on the show, visit RamseySolutions.com/debt-free scream. We'd love for you to come to Nashville and tell Dave your story. That's RamseySolutions.com/debt-free scream.
Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, broadcasting from the Pods of Moving and Storage Studios. It's the Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage has taken the place of the BMW as the status symbol of choice. We help people build wealth, do work they love, and create amazing relationships. Rachel Cruz, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author, is my co-host today. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Sue is in Chicago. Hi, Sue. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
My husband is 62 and I'm 58. We've been married 38 years. We have no debt, and our net worth is a little over $1 million. 200,000 of that is in real estate, 800,000 in stocks and bonds. In 1997, we were raising 4 little boys, and my husband went through leukemia and a bone marrow transplant.
Ooh.
And so the only life insurance we could get was a whole life, and it was a $600,000 policy. Dave and Rachel, we put in, since 1997, $10,000 a year into this policy. Now, fast forward, 15 years ago, my husband had a heart attack and 5 bypasses. Longevity in his family, the men, just historically do not live long lives. So here is our caveat right now. All the boys are through college, married. We have 10 grandchildren. And this life insurance policy, the cash value is now around $240,000. My husband and I are trying to make this decision. He is still working. He has an income of about $80,000 a year. He hopes to retire at about 65. My income a year after COVID, I'm a Christian motivational speaker, so my income dropped from about $50,000 a year to now $20,000. We are trying to make the decision of whether we cash in this whole life policy and put into our stocks and bonds portfolio, given the fact of his life expectancy to be.
What's the face value?
$240,000.
No, that's the cash value. What's the death benefit?
It's $666,000 right now.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So basically, if he dies, when he dies, we all die.
Yes.
When he dies,
I understand.
if the policy is in place, you will receive $666.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That means they're going to keep $240. So you really have a $400,000 insurance policy.
Correct.
That's really what you have. Okay. And so the swing is, do you need the extra 400 to live? And the answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. So if you cash it out and put $250 in there, or if you keep it, either one, you're going to be okay either way, financially speaking, mathematically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed?
Agreed.
Okay. So this really comes down to a bet that you're making, not based on the past, but for $400,000, I'm going to bet that I'm going to put in less than $400,000 before he dies. Right? Mathematically,
Okay.
it's very cold-hearted, but it's a math thing.
Okay.
And so it's, and what's the...
Like, can she save another $400?
Still at no. I'm saying she's paying for a $400,000 life insurance policy in essence. They are paying. Okay. And if he dies before you put 400 into it, if you put 300 into it, you gained by 100.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's the math. And is it currently, and it will be forever, $10,000?
Yes, and that's been our first. Since we got it, we fund that first, and then our employee matching, and then our Roths. That's been our...
Yeah. Well, that would not be my order of priority, but if we're just making bets at $10,000 into $400,000, that's 40 years, is it not?
Yes, it is.
So if you're just placing bets on the math, you're going to keep it.
Okay.
It's a crappy product. I probably would have dropped it 15 years ago or 10 years ago and saved that money and quit then. And I hate it. I think it's a horrible product. But at this stage, what it's come down to is if you're going to get 666 upon his death, which is a weird number, by the way, but
yeah, it is. It is.
But if you're going to get that upon his death, then and they're going to keep 240 of yours. That's 426 difference. Then he's got to live 42 years before you don't come out ahead. If I'm doing my math right, am I doing something wrong? I mean, 400 divided by 10 is 40, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so 420 divided by 10 is 42 years. He's 62, so he's got to make it to 104. Probably not happening. I mean, I'm probably not making it to 104, and I got longevity in my family, so,
Right.
But,
And she comes out better ahead doing that versus cashing it all out, taking that $250 and putting it in an investment.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very simplistic way of doing it, okay? If we want to get one more level of sophistication, we could say the present value of that money.
Right.
In other words, were you to invest $10,000 a year, how long before, and at an 11% rate of return in your stocks and bonds, what the market has returned, how long before you'd get to 400,000? I don't have that off the top of my head, but it's probably still 20 years.
Right. So if I'm tracking with you right, because this has been a dilemma for me. We're pretty financially savvy. We did Larry Burkett before we heard of Dave Ramsey and have done the envelopes before they were cool. And I think about if I pull out, pull out the cash benefit of $240,000 approximately, and I invest that. Plus, I'm freed up $10,000 a year to
You're
also
right. You're
invest.
right. Your equation is more complete than mine. You're right. You're exactly right.
It kind of swings this pendulum the other way.
Well, you got to get to if you do that, you got to get to 666, but you'd get there
with the 250
you'd get there in
invested.
6 years.
Exactly.
You know what? You got me. You got me. You didn't need me. I needed you. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. I left a variable out of that. Oh, wow, that was dumb. Okay, you got it. You're exactly right.
Good.
No, you're exactly right. So what I would do is run the sit down with your investment advisor and run the calculation. If you invest at your current rates of return on your investments, $250 plus $10,000, and how quick do you get to 666? That's the equation. And if it's at 11%, I think you're there in about 5 or 6 years is what I think it's going to come out. I'm doing that in my head, but I'm not far off. So, yeah, I am going to cash it out. Good, I feel better, because I hate those dadgum things.
I know.
I was having trouble keeping it. Yeah.
So you can take his job.
Yeah, Sue. Christian motivational speaker. Yeah, you can. We have need for you. You also do math. This is the Ramsey Show.
I say it all the time. If you're a business owner and you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. And when markets are shifting, it's even more important. You've got to know where you stand so you make your next move the right move. And you don't have to be in the dark here. Over 31,000 businesses, including my team at Ramsey, know their numbers because they use NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of your financials, planning, budgeting, and inventory so you can manage risk, get reliable forecasts, and improve margins. Having everything in one place has saved my team hours each week since we made the switch to NetSuite. NetSuite is a game changer. So head on over to netsuite.com/Ramsey to get a product tour today. That's netsuite.com/Ramsey.
Rachel Cruz, Ramsey personality, is my co-host today. #1 best-selling author in the lobby of Ramsey Solutions on the debt-free stage. Noah is with us. Hey, Noah, how are you?
Very good, sir. Honored to be here.
Honored to have you, sir. How much debt have you paid off?
$76,000 and $600.
$76,000 and $600. All right. How long did this take you?
26 months.
Good for you. And your range of income during that time?
So started around $75,000 annually and finished up around $90,000.
Good for you.
Nice.
What do you do for a living?
So I actually have two jobs. My day job is in staffing and recruiting, and I teach violin lessons on the side.
Ah, very cool. Very cool. How much do violin lessons pay?
Right around $60 an hour.
Oh, that's good.
Rate right now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Very nice. Where do you live?
I live in Somerville, Massachusetts, so just north of Boston.
Yeah, very good. Well, welcome to Nashville. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What kind of debt was the $77,000?
All student loans.
All of it. Knocked it out.
Yeah.
Knocked it out. So what put you on this journey to get out of debt?
So it actually started back in 2015 when I had finished school. I finished up my my master's degree. And
what's
at
your
the
master's
time,
in?
Music.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And at the time, I was working, trying to figure out my career, but I had a very casual approach to my finances. So during this time, I paid off some smaller debts, credit cards and a car loan, but very casually, non-intensely. I think it took me about 4 years to pay off $15,000. So when I'd come across your information, Dave, and I read about baby step number 2, I was like absolutely overwhelmed, thinking that given my current trajectory, it would take me 10 to 15 years to pay off my loans. But something clicked, and the idea of applying the same intensity to my finances that I had done with other areas of my life started to make sense. So work was very steady. I had a full teaching schedule, which I was very grateful for. And by early 2020, I had baby step 1 in place to just attack my loans.
Wow.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So it took a little over 2 years.
Yes.
Okay, so what was the hardest part of those 2 years for you?
You know, once I started and just decided to go all in, it actually became kind of fun. I know it sounds a little crazy. Just seeing the numbers go down each month. There were some times, I actually joke with some of my friends, where I was very dead set on hitting my my monthly goal, where I would play a little risk. I would have about $75 in my checking account a couple days before payday, just because I had to get that at that number to hit my loan. So that was probably I walked on that line a little bit.
Yeah. Wow. But it was worth it. I mean, like the sacrifice and doing all the weird stuff to be able to say, that you paid off $77,000 in debt.
You're obviously a very accomplished violinist.
I would like to think so.
Well,
yeah. I hope my students think so.
Nobody wants to listen to you if you don't. So
Right.
nobody wants to learn from you if you're not. So I take it that's one of the things, the discipline to become good at that. Sometimes people think musicians, that it's all a natural gifting, and it many times starts with a natural gifting and it ends with a lot of hard work. So I'm guessing that some of the discipline you'd applied in that was what you were talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Same intentionality, same level of discipline. If I'm going to be great, I got to pay a price.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If I'm going to be great at finance, I got to pay a price.
Mm-hmm.
All of
Very
that.
related. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Makes a lot of sense. Good for you.
Now, what
man.
would you say, Noah, to someone who's, because the $77,000, I mean, that's a very normal amount of student loan debt, right?
Right.
We hear the crazy six-figure numbers sometimes, but you're kind of in that range of like, yeah, a lot of people are doing that. So if someone's listening right now and they have $70,000, $80,000 in student loan debt, and they're like, yeah, but that's just like, it's normal. It's what everyone has.
Well, and Biden's going to pay it off.
And it might get paid off, right? Like, I don't know. I'm just not that. I just don't think I can do that. I don't think I can really, really pay that off. What would you say to that person that questions it?
Yeah, I would say if someone were in my shoes, like similar temperament and personality to me, is be 100% focused on one thing at a time, because I think that intensity can be a gift at times. It can be, kind of stubbornness to other people, but using that intensity and drive, and be okay with being a little obsessed with your goals. I think just giving myself permission to be a little crazy, be a little stubborn, and just go attack mode, I guess.
Into it, yeah.
I give you permission to do that in every area of your life. It's called being successful instead of being mediocre. This idea that I'm afraid I might be too intense. Oh, brother. Get up off your butt, light yourself on fire, and go do something, man. This is awesome. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Very well done. Very, very well done. Good stuff. Who was your biggest cheerleaders?
I had a couple. So my parents, my mother has been just incredibly supportive. She's the one who made me start violin lessons when I was a kid, but it's definitely paid off. And my father has always been the quiet achiever, I like to call him, who's led by example. And my girlfriend Amanda as well has been. I kept it on low key when I had met her, that I was kind of on this journey. And when I had showed her my balance of 0, she actually cried. So it hit me. Okay, she cares too. So it was very appreciated.
I think she felt your intensity. You just didn't know it.
I think so.
The fact that you wouldn't go out anywhere other than to the park.
Exactly.
Good stuff, man. Very, very cool. Well done. What advice do you have to a young single person who's accomplished in every area but money? What would you tell them to do if they want to get out of debt?
Well, I would say if you're already good at other things, the same principles and discipline apply to finance. So I think the hard part with living in 2022 is hearing 8 million things of information at the time, but just you have to do the boring stuff, and the day-to-day is more important than the the flashy, quick things.
It's good.
Yeah. Very good. Good stuff. Well done, sir. Proud of you. We got a copy of Total Money Makeover for you in the Live and Give bundle, along with the Baby Steps Millionaires book and a 1-year membership to Financial Peace University. You might use that to go through with your girlfriend. That'd be fun. You never know what that'll do for your relationship. Excellent, man. Well done. Very proud of you. You're a rock star.
Thank you, sir.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Noah from Boston, Mass. $77,000 paid off in 26 months, making $75,000 to $90,000. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm debt-free!
Yeah! That was definitely a violin move there. Definitely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So great.
Very cool. Very cool. Without a doubt. Good stuff. Good stuff. And the Live and Give bundle is also on sale if you guys want to share it with your friends at RamseySolutions.com in the store. And Rachel, your new wallet is in there. The new color is out, right?
I know.
Perfect Christmas gift for women.
That's right. Yes. The red color is here.
Very Christmassy.
People have been asking for red, so we're like, okay, we're going to do it. It's a limited quantity, and they sell out quick usually when we do some of these kind of special colors. So make sure to you have to pick one up for you or for the woman in your life, because what's great about this wallet is the envelopes are built in. It's actually real leather. It's beautiful. We partner with our friends at Join to create this wallet. So it is the quality of it is wonderful. And it's great because you can just use this wallet. I mean, I kind of even just use it as a purse sometimes, just to run in and out of the store, to run errands, and it's amazing. So all the other colors have done great, but people keep asking for red. So we heard you, America, and have a limited quantity for that color. So you can go to Rachel, or you can go to RamseySolutions.com today to get the Rachel Cruz wallet in red.
Yeah, check it out. Join's a fair trade company, and this is full grain leather. We partnered with them because they're giving people work that desperately need work to make a transition in their life off the street, usually.
In India, yep.
In India. And so every time you buy one of these, you're helping someone, literally. And we're helping them as well by doing this deal with them. And these wallets have been vastly popular. Every time we come out with the color, it sells really, really fast.
I know.
So here we go. The red ones at RamseySolutions.com, just in time for Christmas. This is The Ramsey Show.
If you're looking for ways to update your home without blowing the budget, I've got it. For years, I've been telling you about our friends at Blinds.com. Blinds.com makes it simple to shop top quality blinds, shades, and interior shutters from home with easy online ordering and free shipping. With Blinds.com, there's no need to renovate your entire home. Just change out what's on your windows with upscale choices like faux wood blinds, cellular, and roller shades, or even outdoor shades. Plus, Blinds.com guarantees the perfect fit, whether you do it yourself or you have them measure and install everything for you. Shop their latest looks and see how much you can save at Blinds.com today. The easy and affordable way to make your home more beautiful is Blinds.com.
Rachel Cruz, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author. My daughter is my co-host today in the lobby of Ramsey Solutions on the debt-free stage. Amber is with us. Hi, Amber. How are you?
Hi. Great to be here. Thank you, guys.
Good to have you. Where do you live?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Welcome to Nashville. And how much debt have you paid off?
$37,193.59.
Oh,
phenomenal.
Great.
How long did this take?
22 months.
Good for you. And your range of income during that 2 years?
So started out net 52 and ended at 67. Net.
Cool. What do you do for a living?
I got promoted, and I'm currently a financial analyst manager now.
Well, congratulations.
Awesome.
Very
Thank
cool.
But these numbers, you were killing it.
Yeah, you were living on
Yeah.
nothing. What was the $37,000?
All student loan.
Oh, got rid of old Sally Mae.
Yep, kicked her out of the house.
Love it.
Yep, she'd been a pet, unfortunately. I started about 12 years ago. I had car debt and student loan debt, and I was Davish for a while. I went out to eat, and sorry, my headphone. Sorry, and just didn't have the hope. It just felt like a mountain of debt. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm losing my...
You're doing good. It's all good.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
What got you started then 22 months ago? What jacked you up?
So I finally it kicked it in gear when I got accountability from my daughter. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I am
Yeah, it's falling off this back of her head. Just move it up. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. All right.
Good job.
Okay, sorry.
Perfect. No, you're great. You're great.
Okay, so, and my biggest thing was making my daughter, like being accountable to my daughter. And because I had a debt thermometer I kept staring at for like months that like I really wanted to get started, but I finally made up debt chains because I'd seen a bunch of debt-free screens and they did the chains. And I was like, you know what, let me get her involved. And as soon as like we made the chains together, the links together, and I was looking in those big blue eyes, I couldn't let her down.
So she's pretty tiny for all that big accountability. How old is she?
She's 4.
4. Okay, so a 4-year-old whips you into shape.
Yep. I didn't want her to ever know what college loans felt like, the weight of those student loans ever.
So it just got really, really old, didn't it?
Yeah.
I got tired. Man, amazing.
We did incredible. Absolutely
so what did you do
incredible.
to get out of debt? What was your process then?
So trying to think here, what was my process? Just the normal things, getting a budget, staying on a budget, prioritizing, because there's so many. That's why I want to talk to single moms about. There's a million distractions, flexing your no muscle, and then making that budget and knowing that there's hope. Like you really do have hope. Like it might be a mountain of debt. It really can be, but there's still hope.
Yeah.
And you don't. My personal story is I wanted to spend time with Meadow. And so I didn't do a lot of side hustles, but I worked really hard on my career. And I really tapped into Ken Coleman with making my purpose and really working on my career and just showing excellence in my workplace so that I could add value. And I actually called in to the show asking if I should ask for a raise.
Yeah.
And you kind of kicked me in the butt, which is great. And so I
say yes, of course.
Yeah. And you were like, well, how are you adding value? Because like, yes, you're getting responsibility, but how are you really adding value? Put yourself in the position of your boss. And that really clicked for me. I was like, okay, what's my growth plan forward? How can I add value? And my boss is an amazing leader. And I didn't use exactly all that, but I really kind of took some of those principles and added like, okay, how can I grow in this and how can I add value to where I'm currently at, which I've been there for 8 years. So,
So how'd you get plugged into doing the Ramsey way of money?
I think I had a friend back in college and grad school that was into it, and I just kind of got connected, started listening on YouTube. That was what really like clicked for me. When I started hearing the debt-free screams, John and Maddie, hearing their story.
You heard John and Maddie's story?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So back then, it's been a little bit ago, but yeah, that I finally got like really serious 22 months ago.
And if I heard the rumor right, you ended up in their financial peace class.
Close to, yes. I'm in Indiana, and so we've been friends like over like virtually.
Okay. Just a virtual connection, but it wasn't a class.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Well, they've been super coordinators, obviously, all over of course, have led people, mentored people all over the world. So I didn't know exactly how it happened. Good. Very good. Good for you guys.
So Amber, for me, being the single mom that you are, that's a hard journey in general.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, doing a sacrificial work with your money to get out of debt. So talk to all the single moms out there, because I know you guys have so much responsibility, and I know you're already exhausted. I can't even imagine. And so what encouragement do you have for single moms out there that you did this, you got yourself out of debt? I mean, It's so impressive.
Yeah, I just thank you, Rachel. It's hard, but I want to talk to those single moms because I came out of an abusive marriage, and it was really hard, but I had to work on myself. And when I did that, one thing is I lost about 70 to 80 pounds.
Wow.
We're exercise and then getting financially fit too.
Wow.
And the biggest thing for me was hope. Just hope that you believe in yourself. You work your butt off, but you believe in yourself that you really, and God, obviously, He's going to produce and give you favor, but really believe that you can make that income to make it happen. That you can make those sacrifices, and those sacrifices are so worth it. They're so worth it. So, yeah.
You are amazing. I mean, 70, 80 pounds and $37,000 in 22 months, making 52 to 67. That's living on nothing. I mean, when you set your mind to something, there ain't no stopping you, girl. This is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive. I'm proud of you.
Yep.
Very, very good stuff.
Yep. I've really all the vision casting that you and Rachel and Ken and everybody on the personality team has really, and John Deloney have really helped me give that juice that I needed to keep making those decisions. I'd hear you guys in my head saying, just pushing me on. I remember a pivotal moment. I was driving back. I was commuting in my car an hour away, and it was one of your leadership, and you were talking about be the thoroughbred among the donkeys and just having that spirit of excellence. And that's actually what promoted me, like going from like 27,000 to like 50 at the time. And just hearing that, it just really set a fire. So every time I just use the YouTube and books to really fire me up and really just make progress.
Wow.
She's
Very
incredible.
cool. Very
Amber,
cool.
For years.
you're killing it. You're
Good
killing
stuff.
it, though.
Good stuff. Hey, we've got the Live and Give bundle for you, the Total Money Makeover book, the Baby Steps Millionaires book, and a 1-year membership to Financial Peace University to use or to give away. So let's bring Meadow up and introduce her to the world. How old?
Sweet
She's
thing.
4 years old, you said, right?
Yes.
And
Are
this
you
is-
4 years old?
Yeah.
And has she been practicing her debt-free screen?
Have you been practicing?
Ready to go. All right. Good stuff. She's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well done. Very well done. All right. It's Amber and Meadow from Indianapolis. $37,000 paid off in 22 months, making 52 to 67. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. We're debt-free!
The amount of emotional and spiritual transformation to come out of an abusive situation, to go through that much transformation. Amazing. Absolutely
It's so empowering.
amazing.
She can, the confidence that she has.
Woo! Love it.
It's amazing.
Man, this is The Ramsey Show. Debt-free screams everywhere this hour. Wow, lots of good stuff happening out there in America, in spite of all the news. Who knew? Rachel Cruz, Ramsey Personality, is my co-host today. If you like the show, please help us by considering subscribing. If you listen as a podcast or watch on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Always leave a review, especially if you're going to leave a good one. A 5-star would be preferable. And, of course, share this with a friend. This show has been on the air for 30 years. We started as a talk radio show. We still are. 642 radio stations as of today. And the second largest talk radio show in America. But also in the top 1% of podcasts in the world. We're one of 5 shows that's had over 1 billion downloads. And we're in the top 1% of people in terms of this month of listening, listenership, or not listenership, hours listened to is the way they're measuring it now. So it used to be we measured on downloads. We change it all the time around here and around in the world of digital. So and YouTube very successful as well. So thank you, and that's all because you guys share it. That's where it came from. When you said, "Hey, you gotta listen to this guy on the radio. Hey, you gotta listen to this Rachel on the podcast. Hey, you gotta do that." That's how this stuff works, and we appreciate you sharing it. And you literally can share it and digitally by clicking the share button with somebody, or you can just tell somebody at work, hey, you tell your friend, oh, you got to listen to this. And that's what we're here for.
It did shock me when we got results of how people find the show. Still, the highest number is still word of mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Which gives me hope of relationships in our world today, where I'm like, oh, people do still...
They still connect.
Talk to people. Yes, I know.
They sure do. Ann is with us. Ann is in Nashville. Hi, Ann. How are you?
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
Sure, what's up?
So student loans are starting back up pretty soon, the interest rates on those. My husband and I have about $30,000, and our only other debt is the house. We have 4 different accounts, 1 unsubsidized and 3 subsidized. And I know that student loans are simple interest, so I guess the interest accrued can't continue to accrue interest. So should we be paying a income-driven repayment so that gets our payments lower so we can attack the principal and then circle back?
Doesn't change it at all.
No?
Nope, doesn't change at all. All that changes it is the amount you pay in.
Oh, okay.
Because the interest is charged on your outstanding balance regardless of how the outstanding balance was achieved.
Even if we pay the principal down?
If you pay the principal down, if you pay down anything on the account, that is all. It all becomes principal if you don't pay it. So when you're doing income-based and you're not even covering the interest, you're increasing the principal. So you're taking out of one pocket and putting it in the other. It's still it's a dollar swap. So no, you're better off. What's your household income?
I think I take home $50 and my husband takes home $30.
Okay, so $80,000. How fast are you gonna pay off $30K?
We're thinking 2 years.
I'm thinking 1.
You're thinking 1?
Yeah, I'm thinking you need to quit going out to eat and going on vacations because this Sally Mae has been in your life way too freaking long, lady.
Yeah.
It's time to punch it in the face. 30,000 out of 80,000. 1 year.
I mean, that's okay.
2,500 a month. It's not realistic in your mind, but it is in my mind because I've watched hundreds and hundreds, thousands of people do it over the last 30 years. But you're just still trying to figure this out with math, and I want you to get pissed off at this situation and sick and tired of being sick and tired and sacrifice so deeply that your friends think you've joined a cult. That's when you'll get out of debt.
Yeah.
The greater you're not going to fix this with math. You're still trying to fix it with your brain. Your brain got you into this mess. Your brain told you it was okay to borrow to go to school. You there?
Yeah.
You there?
Yep. Yeah. No, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I can hear the words you're using and the way you're forming your sentences. The reason I can hear it is I am a fellow nerd.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm the nerd.
I can tell.
I'm also the spender, though.
I know. Me too. Me too. I'm a nerd. We're an unusual lot. We spender nerds are unusual. But I can hear the nerd. You're still cranking the math. You're trying to figure out the way the interest is calculated and use that as somehow a shortcut to get out of debt. And what you need is $30,000 now.
Right.
That solves all your math problems. Boom, just like that.
Oh yeah.
It's throwing a grenade in the it's throwing a grenade in the middle of the swamp. The snakes go everywhere. And there's this intensity and logic leaves and it's sacrifice and it's this I like my freaking life depends on it. Like my hair is on fire. And the people that get out of debt the fastest and actually the easiest are the ones that do that.
Just scorched earth,
you're
right.
activating this emotion. And that's what we're known for.
Yep. Well, and that's the progress. And because here's the deal. I'm like, you can sacrifice to a level for 2 years, or you can sacrifice deeply for 1 year. You just cut it in half. Mm-hmm. The sacrifice is more intense, but it's in a shorter amount of time. And then once it's done, it's done.
You work
and
extra.
You're free up.
You have enough clothes in your closet to make it a year. You don't need to buy anything else.
Yep.
You work extra. All you do is work. You cut off all your stupid cable, everything else. You don't need to be watching Tiger King.
Subscriptions.
You need to be dadgum getting your work done.
The Crown.
The Crown.
I haven't heard Tiger King in
probably
2 years.
Yellowstone. Yeah,
there you go.
Guilty pleasure. Right?
There you go, Dave. Way to be relevant.
So there we go. All right.
Good job.
And so I do want to see Beth Dutton on The View.
I'm sorry, what?
Beth Dutton on The View.
On The View, the show The View?
Wouldn't that be great? If you could get the character Beth Dutton to go on The View.
Oh. I don't watch Yellowstone. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you don't know?
No,
okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All the Yellowstone fans
We
go,
can talk Love is
yeah.
Blind again. That season. We can talk that, but
okay.
but the point is, like, when you're looking at the math of her situation, her and her husband's, and you're used to living on 80, going down to 50.
It's very hard.
It's hard.
It's very hard.
But you do it for a year. And to your point, it's that emotion. There's something happening.
And the point of the conversation is 12 months magic. It could be 14. It could be 11. Right? It's not the magic 12 months. The point is to increase the intensity, because that is the secret sauce. This gazelle intensity. That's what we named this debit card after, the gazelle card. It's gazelle intensity from Proverbs, like the gazelle running from the cheetah. You're running for your life. And when you get that, that's when your life is transformed. People, there's something that the great motivator Les Brown used to say, and does say still, your life changes when you say, I've had it, not when I figured out the math. Mm-hmm. And I'm a math nerd, so I can hear math nerd a mile away. I know nerd speak. I can hear it. And I'm the same way. I'm always trying to figure out a way. Sharon, my wife, and my wife would always say, quit scheming and scamming. You're scheming and scamming. You're trying to figure out an easy way. Just do the work. Just roll up your sleeves and do the work. Stop trying. Stop it. Just get after it. And there's this get it thing. There's the thing there that's going on. And then you pick up. Didn't she say she's a nurse?
I don't know.
I think she did. Pick up all kinds of extra hours. Because there's all kinds of. If you're in the medical field, good Lord, you can work all you want. And because there's a shortage of everything. If you're in the teaching field, there's a shortage of everything. If you're in the first responders world, there's a shortage of everything. You can work all you want, and then some. You work more than you can physically do, and just go crazy for a short period of time. Then you got the whole rest of your life to be free. But the stinking student loan will hang around like a disease, man. You can't. You can wander in, but you cannot wander out. You got to bust your way out, fighting, clawing, machetes, axes, bazookas. I mean, you got to inflict violence on the situation, emotionally, and that is the secret, folks. That's the big deal. Everybody's thinking, I'm going to refinance my credit card debt from 18 to 14, and that will nope, won't help you. Same stupid thinking that got you in the first place. Good call, Ann.
That's great.
We think you can do it. We're proud of you. We can't wait to hear from you, whether it's 12, 14, or even 24 months. We'll cheer you on either way. That puts this hour of The Ramsey Show in the books. Our thanks to Austin, Ben, Zach, Andrew, and James in the booth dudes that do the show. Rachel Cruz, good hour. This is The Ramsey Show.
Hey, it's Rachel Cruz, co-host on The Ramsey Show. If you want to do your debt-free scream live on the show, visit RamseySolutions.com/debt-free scream. We'd love for you to come to Nashville and tell Dave your story. That's RamseySolutions.com/debt-free scream.
Live from the headquarters of Ramsey Solutions, broadcasting from the Pods Moving and Storage Studios. It's The Ramsey Show, where debt is dumb, cash is king, and the paid-off home mortgage might be a sign that you're a baby steps millionaire. We help people build wealth, do work that they love, and create actual amazing relationships. In case you didn't catch the clue, this is a Baby Steps Millionaire theme hour. Rachel Cruz, Ramsey personality, #1 best-selling author, is my co-host. This hour, we will be talking to people who are actual millionaires, regardless of how you got there. Whether you're an everyday millionaire, meaning you got there starting from nothing but didn't necessarily use the baby steps, whether you followed our baby steps and became a Baby Steps millionaire, or whether you just hit the lottery, or maybe you're the next Taylor Swift. I don't know. You've got $1 million, though. though, and I want to know how you got it because we want to share.
T-Swift's got a few more than.
She might have a couple more than one.
1 million.
She might be up. She might be up more than one while we were talking. But anyway, $1 million, millionaire. What is a millionaire? It's not someone that makes $1 million a year. A millionaire. The definition of a millionaire is your net worth is greater than $1 million. Your net worth is what you own minus what you owe. Your assets minus your liabilities. That is your net worth, period. If you're a cash millionaire, that would mean you had at least $1 million in cash. If you're a real estate millionaire, you had at least $1 million in real estate. But a millionaire is simply what you own minus what you owe equals $1 million. That's all it is. Nothing else. Is it enough? That's not the discussion. Is it too much? That's not the discussion. Are you a bad Christian? That's not the discussion. We can talk about any of those things if you want to, but we want to talk to real millionaires and find out how they got there. If you are a real millionaire, we'll take your call right now because I want to interview you. The phone number is 888-825-5225. 888-825-5225. Rachel is in Orange County, but I didn't pick her up. I picked up the wrong line because I'm stupid. All right, Rachel in Orange County. Hey, Rachel, how much is your net worth?
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rachel. It's an honor to speak to you today.
You too.
We currently sit at $3.3 million, and we are baby step millionaires.
Way to go!
Amazing.
All right, give me a little breakdown on the 3.3. How's it allocated? What categories?
Yes, sir. So we have 1.7 in our paid-off house.
Mm-hmm.
We have approximately 1.1 in our retirement account.
Mm-hmm.
$100,000 in liquid cash, and about $400,000 in limited partnership investments.
Good. All right. Very cool. How old are you guys?
I'm 40, and my husband is 48.
Okay, cool. And how much of the $3.3 million did you inherit?
So we were blessed when my dad left us $350,000 upon his passing, and which was incredibly generous for him to do.
Yeah.
But we had already passed our $1 million net worth before that happened.
Oh, so you were already millionaires?
We were, sir.
Okay. Wow. So just added to it. Amazing.
It absolutely
So
is.
what's been your household income, best year and worst year since you started adulthood?
So, well, really probably adulthood. I mean, when we entered into our field, we were probably range of income net of about $150,000 to $300,000.
Okay. And the high was 300?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And what are your careers?
Well, my husband and I are both in law enforcement.
Okay. Wow. All right. Very good. All right. In what form? Do you mind saying, or can you?
Yes, sir. So I'm a supervisor in law enforcement, and my husband is in executive leadership in our department.
Okay, very good. Good for you. Okay, are your degrees in criminal justice?
My degree started off in psychology, but I could not do the whole sit in an office thing. So my office was my patrol car, and then I eventually got my master's in criminal justice as well as human services. My husband's degree. He decided to go to junior college for a very long time and then got into law enforcement, and then through the department got his criminal justice degree, his bachelor's, and then ultimately a Master of Science in Emergency Administration.
Wow. Okay.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Y'all
So what
done
were you,
great.
what was your GPAs through some of that? Just want to pick out one of them.
Well, sir, I definitely got a lot more motivated when I became an adult and had skin in the game. And so I graduated with my master's with a 4.0. But we're just average, ordinary, 3.0, in high school and college. So, but we've really kind of turned up the heat when we became adults.
Okay. So, what do you tell people that you're 40, 48 years old, there's a 24-year-old looking to go into law enforcement, and they say, yeah, but there's no money in that. I'll never be a millionaire. What do you tell them? How do you tell them? Do you tell them to do this?
Yes, and this is something we're actually very fortunate. We live this. We tell this to our young deputies that start off. I mean, this is something that changed our life, Dave, and we're grateful for you, and we're grateful for this program. We just actually finished up facilitating at our church in SPU. We just got done with our 9 weeks. Our people just graduated this past Tuesday. So it's something that we're going to continue to give back and do that. But yeah, you absolutely can do it, but you have to get on a budget. You have to live below your means. And then also your choice in spouse is one of the most important decisions in your life. And I have been so blessed beyond comprehension with my husband. He's the best partner in life and love that I could have ever prayed for and asked for. He's absolutely selfless and inspires me every day to be a better person, to be a better partner, just to be a better contributor. And we might not always see eye to eye on everything, but we both always try to at least remain open to each other's ideas, because I'll tell you, in true honesty, I went kicking and screaming to SPU in 2014. And it was because of a friend that we worked with. She was diagnosed with rare cancer. And when we were looking at how we could financially contribute to help them through this difficult time, we could not give what we wanted to give without it crippling us financially. And I knew that I needed to change. And I knew that we needed to do something different with the tremendous blessings of this career and our finances. And I was not being a good steward of those finances. And it was truly like God had placed us in that class at that time in 2014. And that first class, I was an absolute convert. I was a free spirit that has transformed into a nerd at times, and I can't believe the amazing things that this has set forth for us. It has changed our family tree, and we are so grateful.
Wow. We're grateful for you. Wow, what a great story. I love it. And so inherited nothing until after you were millionaires, $3.3 million net worth by 40 and 48 years old. You guys are amazing.
Impressive,
Rachel. We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
Very well done.
And the secret sauce, too, is once we really committed to tithing and giving God his first and best, magic things happen. God, you cannot outgive God, and we are we're a living testament to that.
Amen and amen. And thank you for leading Financial Peace University classes and for helping out those deputies.
Yes.
Very good stuff.
Congratulations, Rachel. Thanks for calling in.
Baby Steps Millionaires Theme Hour. This is The Ramsey Show. Rachel Cruz, Ramsey Personality, is my co-host today. This is a Baby Steps Millionaires theme hour where we talk to real millionaires to find out how they really did it. Not your broke brother-in-law's opinion, but how you really build wealth. Where does it really come from in America today? Which gives you the best chance. And by the way, we've never interviewed someone that said they did it with Bitcoin. We've never interviewed someone that said they did it with airline miles from their credit cards. We've never interviewed someone who said they got rich with whole life insurance. We have never interviewed someone that said, I became a millionaire because I lease cars. Just giving you some insight, some things to think about. And then we've been doing this a long time. Sherry is with us next in Destin, Florida. Sherry, what's your net worth?
Hey, Dave, it is $3.4 million.
Love it. Give me a little breakdown on that by category.
Okay, well, I have a little over $2 million in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
I have some CDs and mutual funds.
Mm-hmm. How much are the CDs?
Well, I'm just getting started back into that since interest rates are going up, so about around $100,000.
Okay, and how much in mutual funds?
Around $250,000.
Okay, what's the rest of it?
Right now, I've sold a few houses in the last few years, and I've been holding on to the cash that's in the bank, and I'm getting ready to reinvest it. But I've been kind of watching from the sidelines to see what would be the best avenues.
So you're sitting on like $1 million cash?
I hate to say it, but close to it.
Yeah, okay. All
I
right.
was actually thinking about, I have 9 houses, and I was contemplating on buying another one, but I was also waiting on that.
Okay. How old are you?
I am 62.
Cool. All right. And how much of this $3.4 million did you inherit?
None.
0. Okay. And what's your best year working lifetime and your worst year working lifetime, your income?
I'm going to have to say probably last year was my, not this last present year, not 2022, but 2021 was my best. And probably in my worst was the first year after I was divorced 29
What'd you
years
make?
ago.
What'd you make?
Around $5,000.
Okay. What'd you make last year in 21?
Oh, 21, I made like $76,000.
Okay. Wow. What's your career?
I am a musician, a photographer, and owner of the rental houses.
Okay. Do you have a degree? 4-year degree?
I have a 2-year degree in recreational leadership.
Okay. What was your GPA?
3.5.
Okay. If you're talking to someone 22, 32 years old out there, 30, 40 years behind you, can they still do this? And what should they do if they want to be you when they grow up?
Well, I say find something that you love to do and find a way to make money at it. That's basically what I did. Even if the photography didn't come and play until my 40s, but that was like my second love to music, which I didn't start that as a career until I was in my early 30s, along with the rental houses. But I would say find something you love to do, find a way to make money at it, also pay cash for cars and most things that you can, and save.
You've been a savings machine.
I have, because to be honest, when I became a millionaire, I probably only had made, I think I made $75,000 one year, 2000 maybe 8 it was. The rest of the time it was between 30 and 50.
Pretty impressive.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because for a lot of people, they think, that your income has everything to do with it, right? In a sense that, that their habits, aren't as big of a deal. But you're the living proof. Your story is, no, what you do with that income is what changes the game.
Exactly. I had a lot of friends who made a lot more money than me.
Yep.
But they didn't have what I had. I just always kept my mouth shut and just kept going on with my plan and looking forward.
You're amazing. Well done, Sherry. Very well done. Excellent, excellent job. I love it. Michael and Jody are with us in Fresno. Hey, guys, what's your net worth?
Hi, Dave and Rachel. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Dave and Rachel. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Our net worth is about 1.25.
Okay. Give me a little breakdown on that by category.
We have 500 in a 401k. We have about 55,000 in a Roth IRA. 225 in a pension, about 365 in our house. We still owe about 55,000 on our house. So once that's paid off, or about 365, about 40 cash, and about 30 in our cars.
Way to go! How old are you guys?
I am 58, Dave,
and I'm 55.
Okay,
awesome.
Cool, very good. And how much of this 1.25 did you inherit?
0.
All right. What's the best year income of your working life and your worst year income of your working life? Household income.
I would say 100,000 was our best, and probably 40 worst.
Okay. And what are your careers?
Dave, I drive a truck for a food service company.
And I work in admin in a doctor's office.
Okay. All right. Cool. Are you have 4-year degrees or 2-year degrees?
0.
0 degrees. I didn't graduate from high school, Dave.
Okay.
Wow.
What was your high school GPA, Jody?
I would say probably about 3.5.
Okay.
And Michael dropped out his senior year, and then he went back and got his GED.
Oh, good.
But neither one of us went to college.
Okay, cool. So why are you millionaires? What did you do? What do you tell people if they want to follow in your footsteps?
Well, thank you for asking. And Michael filled out the application for this and didn't tell me until afterwards, and then surprised me with the phone call to be on this show. So he's like, I'm going to let you do the talking. So I just want to say,
I got us on, but you get to talk. Yeah.
Well, it's because she was a huge part of it. She actually took your FPU class and by herself, I might say, and brought it home to me and said, "Hey, I want to do this. So you want to be on board?" And I said, "Sure, let's do it." So we went ahead and did that. So she's, because of you and your class, she really kicked this off. So and she's just a really good budgeter and knows how to handle money. So.
Well, we've always had a budget, but not until we took your class about 15 plus years ago. And the envelope system, oh my gosh, I fell in love with your envelope system. And I just thank you for sharing your wisdom over the years. That I think God has given that to you. I love how you, we always agree and we say that everything that we have comes from the Lord, but I never really how you use the analogy of he just wants us to manage it. He wants us to be good managers. And so that's how we feel about it. And so we, the envelope system has just transformed our finances, and I share it with everybody. Michael and I, we've even gone on Facebook Live and done a couple of budgeting videos just because I could talk about budgeting all day. And we always give credit to you for the envelope system. And we share that just to encourage people that it's not too late. You can, save up for things. We were able to cash fund our youngest daughter's wedding. We were able to pay cash for a car that we bought. It was 3 years old at the time, but we would have never been able to do that. And so we're just so grateful, and we just love to share it with other people and encourage them that it can be done.
Well, you did today.
My philosophy is if you actually work, you make money and you can be able to save some of it.
Yeah.
That's genius. That's just genius. I love it. I completely agree. Quit trying to figure out a way to not work. Oh,
well done, you guys.
You guys are amazing. Beautifully done. Fabulous. Man, I love it. Thanks for sharing. That is great. So we got master's degrees, 2-year junior college, and high school graduate and GED.
Yeah.
So far, we've
All
got
over
the
the
full
map.
spectrum. The full
All over the
spectrum
map.
so far of millionaires calling in. I think we don't see a correlation there. This is The Ramsey Show. CNN reporting America gained 2.5 new millionaires last year. The number of rich people in the world rose at a rapid pace last year, boosted by gains in the stock market and house prices. As many as 5.2 million people became millionaires worldwide, with the United States being 2.5 million. The largest increase in millionaire numbers recorded for any country in any year in this century. Pretty interesting. Worldwide, the number of millionaires stands at about 62.5 million. Last numbers I had showed the U.S. at about 15 million. I don't see it mentioned in this article what they are, how many of them there are in this, this thing. Well, $1 million is not enough.
Well, it's interesting that they said gains from the stock market, because I feel like
the market's down though now.
I know.
So
I guess it was just last year after 2020.
Last year it was up. So yeah, but you've got 2023 or 2022 to help you with that problem. It came back down.
Yeah.
So,
no.
We're talking to real millionaires this year, wanting to know how you really did it. Our research team did the largest study of millionaires ever done in North America. We studied over 10,000 of them, and we found the top 5 careers of millionaires. Very interesting. Engineer was number 1. Accountant was number 2. Teacher was number 3. Management, number 4. Number 5 was attorney. MDs, medical doctors, didn't make the top 5. They're number 6. Teachers are number 3. And what we couldn't figure out was that teacher one kind of doesn't fit in there with the rest of these. You kind of go, yeah, I get it. I mean, management, accountant, engineer, I get that. They A, make money, B, they're, very numbers oriented. But teachers, attorneys make money. Some of them, a lot of them got a lot of debt. And so the net worth of that still being there. But one thing, we finally kept looking at this and going, okay, this is not a mistake. All of these career paths are process people. They're not flash-in-the-pan people. Attorneys, you use a process to work your way through the law. It's logical. It's critical thinking. You do this, then you do this, then you do this. If you don't, the judge doesn't let you move. That kind of thing. Business is a series of processes and systems. Accounting, engineering, teachers, lesson planning, running a classroom. It's a process for a greater result over a long period of time. None of these are get-rich-quick kind of flash-in-the-pan, random kind of movement, chaotic people.
Right. They live day in and day out in their careers in this method.
Yeah, they're very method-driven.
Way of living. So naturally, that's going to leak into other areas of your life. That's how you're bent, and that's how you're spending 40-plus hours a week in that same mindset. That's fascinating.
Exactly. And the other thing that we revealed, like our last caller there, last two callers actually, 1/3 of the millionaires in our study, we found 33% of them had never made a household income of over $100,000. And 2 of our 3 so far have not. Very interesting. So we reveal all of this put the study white paper in the back of the book, all of the processes that we have studied for 30 years to show people how they became millionaires in the #1 bestseller, Baby Steps Millionaires. We launched it last January. It is a huge blockbuster bestseller. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you. How you can use the 7 baby steps as the fastest, right way to become wealthy, and to be unbelievably, unreasonably generous. And this is the first time ever right now. It's on sale for $10 at our website at RamseySolutions.com. Nice job for the holidays. $10 for Baby Steps Millionaires. John is in Statesboro, Georgia. John, what is your net worth?
Hey, about $1 million right now.
Okay, your phone just cut out. Try again. How much?
Hey, Dave, I'm sorry. We're around $7 million right now.
Wow, very good. Give me a little breakdown on that by category.
Well, we probably have $2 or $3 million in cash, actually, and we own a substantial amount of real estate, probably $10 million worth of real estate. And we don't have any in the stock market, really. We have a little bit in retirement. My wife just retired. She's 36. She was a nurse for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you may see we have an interesting story. We've never made over $100,000 for the past 10 years. And we just tackled debt. We opened a business and tackled debt on it. And I think last year we made $1.3 million was what we paid taxes on.
What is your business?
Well, I graduated college and I worked at a grocery store as a stocker. And my wife was a nurse, and she went to school. And we paid for college ourselves, had jobs, and I ended up opening a small grocery store, and I sold it, and now we have 10 grocery stores that we own, and that we own the property to in the business. So that's what we're into, is the grocery business.
Ah, so the net worth on the grocery business was 1.3, or the net income was 1.3, or the gross? That had to be the net.
Well, that was just my net that I pay taxes on.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's that was the income I drew out of it.
That's what you really took home. Yeah. So your career is the grocery business. Did you get a degree?
Well, I did. I got a business degree, but we're not big fans of college. I think it's overpriced, and we have 4 children, and I think there's a lot of other opportunities out there.
Yeah.
But yes, I did get a degree in 4 years, and so did my wife. When you pay for it, you tend to do it on time.
I hear you. Okay, and you're a GPA?
I had a decent GPA, probably like a 3.2. Now, my wife had a 4.0 through college.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
She's a little smarter.
Always the case. Always the case. So you would attribute your wealth, which you've done unbelievable. How old are you?
36. We're both 36.
Wow.
Great job.
And you inherited 0, it sounds like, from the story.
We had a little debt from some people, but other than that, we were happy to help. How about that?
Okay, so your story is an entrepreneur story. You built a business is where your money came from.
It is, but during the process, we never lived within our means. I never bought a 20-ounce soda until I had $1 million net worth, and we never missed a tithe. We always did what's right, and we just kept grinding and grinding. And my wife worked hard for those years while I kind of pursued some of our dreams.
So you're plowing everything back into the business, and she's paying the light bill with her nursing job.
That's correct, but when you got most of this business is paid for. There's some debt on some of the real estate portion, but when you got a lot of that cash flow, it really just kind of comes on y'all at once. Once you get out of debt.
Yeah, I think it did. You guys are incredible. Okay, so what are you telling the next generation? You're 36. What's the 26 or 24-year-old dude that's watching us on YouTube right now?
Oh, I was 26 years old, and my wife and I both took a financial Peace University class. We were in $400,000 in debt at the time, non-business related.
Oh, wow.
And we worked and worked and worked. I mean, a lot of it was our house. Some of it was some rental properties that we had debt on. And we did anything we could do. My wife went and worked at another hospital. I went and worked at another store. I started the business after business. And anytime we made a dollar, we basically invested in ourselves. So my advice would be to invest in yourself and do it wisely.
Yeah. You put in a lot of long, hard hours in the last decade.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But now you're 36 and can do anything you want to do, right?
Well, we paid cash for 300 acres, and me and my son are hunting this afternoon after school.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the Lord's definitely been good to us, Dave.
Yeah, I think he has. And I think you planted plenty of corn, and he brought the rain and the sun. You did not plant sparingly. You're reaping a bonus because you planted a bonus. Well done, sir. Very, very proud of you. Good stuff.
Great job, John.
Good to talk to you, man. You're an incredible young guy. Very cool. $7 million.
In the grocery business. Just doing it.
In a decade.
It's amazing.
Wow. Yep, there you go. Nothing fancy. Just get it. I don't think he was quiet quitting, was he? Quite the opposite of quiet quitting.
A lot of hard work. John and his wife went through. Well done, John.
This is a Baby Steps Millionaire Theme Hour. Our scripture of the day, John 14:6, Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Craig Rochelle said, be careful not to blame yourself if someone rejects Christ. If you do, you might be tempted to take credit when someone accepts him. Ooh. It's our friend Craig. You were just with Pastor Craig and Amy the other day, weren't you?
I was. Last week. Yeah.
Was it last week? Week before last?
I know.
Time gets away now.
I'm losing my focus in November. I don't know where I went. I don't know where I am. I don't even know where I am right now, let's be honest.
We've been all over America in the last 45 days speaking to you folks, and we're honored to do it. It's a Baby Steps Millionaire Theme Hour. Sachin is with us in Seattle. Hey, Sachin, what's your net worth?
Hello. It's an honor to speak with you guys.
You too.
So right now our net worth is around $1.65 million.
Excellent. Give me a little breakdown on that by category.
It's spread across real estate and 401k and in other investments in mutual funds.
How much is in real estate?
So I think around 1.2 The gross 1.5, 1.6, I think.
Okay. And how much in your 401k?
401k is around 300.
Okay, cool.
300,000.
And then how much in the mutual funds that are not retirement?
Around 300, 350, if I'm not wrong.
Excellent. Well done. How old are you?
I'm 34. My wife is 32.
Good, cool. And how much of this did you inherit?
Nothing.
0. Okay. And what's your best year of income since you've been working and your worst year of income since you've been working? Household income.
So our income has been growing every year. And so the best year was the last year. And, of course, the worst year was when I was a student here.
Okay. How much did you make? What was your income when you were a student?
Nothing. I had to borrow money to pay for my
Gotcha.
education.
And what's been your best year working income-wise? What was your income?
So last year, I think we made around $350,000.
Wow. What do you do for a living?
So I'm in a tech company here in the Pacific Northwest.
And what do you do for the tech company?
I'm a software engineer.
Ah, okay. Very good. You have a 4-year degree in that, in information systems, or what?
So I did my bachelor's degree in India, and I moved here for my master's degree.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how my education is, and yeah.
Gotcha. So your master's is in information systems, or what?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Cool. And your GPA?
I want to say it's around 3.6.
Okay. Cool. All right. And so talk to the person out there who's come here from another country like you did. Is this possible still? And what is the secret to becoming a millionaire?
Oh, it's very much possible. And you just have to, go to college, finish a degree, and land a job, and start investing from your very first paycheck. I believe that's the secret.
Sounds logical to me, brother. Hey, thank you for calling and sharing your story. We really appreciate it. Let's see if we can sneak in one more. David is in Charlotte, North Carolina. David, what is your net worth?
$2 million.
$2 million. Give me a little breakdown by category.
Well, my primary residence, which I paid off, is worth about $750,000. I've got commercial real estate, about $465,000. I've got a couple of retirement accounts I haven't tapped yet, but they're worth about $500,000. And then I have cash accounts, cash brokered, non-retirement accounts with another $100,000, about $50,000 in cash. About $100,000 in things that go vroom with motors. One of which surprisingly is appreciating, but I didn't buy it for an investment. I bought it because it's fun with my kids. About $40,000 in 529 plans, $15,000 in a health savings account. And I bought one I-bond this year for $10,000.
Okay. So how old are you?
53.
How much of this did you inherit?
$70,000 when my dad passed, and I gotta say it made such a difference at that time. It's not a big percentage of my net worth now, but it insulated me from so many risks. But the real gift I got from him was what he told me growing up was about 85% consistent with what you tell people.
Wow. Okay.
About money.
Now, what do you do for a living?
I'm retired. I'm from paid work. I'm a widower, stay-at-home dad now. So I make dinner and I shop and I sweep up dog hair.
What was your career?
I was an IT manager for local county government.
Okay, and you did well enough that with this taking care of kiddos and the situation you find yourself in, that you don't have to work anymore. That's excellent. I love that.
I opened a IRA when I was a senior in college.
Okay. So what is the secret to getting to a $2 million net worth by 53 years old in your mind?
Well, I'm sorry you don't have more time. I'll just give you the bullets, man, because I saved early and often. I did something for money since age 11. Like I saved up $8,000 from paper routes and working for $3.15 an hour in the 80s. So regularly putting by from your paycheck, and then investing and leaving it alone, which is super hard for me to do. I had to open a second account, which is like a tiny, like 3% of my net worth. I allow myself to lose money by trading too much in that account, basically. But I learned that the more I touched it and the more I looked, the worse I did. Buy and hold really works better than messing around with it.
Amen.
And then not overspending on a house, avoiding the 2-income trap. My late wife and I bought a fixer-upper. We fixed it up. We lived in it for 8 years. But then we managed to qualify for a mortgage on a completely different house without having to sell that house. And so we rented it to a nice older couple. And so I got the appreciation of 2 houses while we were renting. As a mediocre landlord, it's not for me. I managed to both not make any money and tick off the tenants, but they paid me. They paid down the mortgage. So like when I sold it, I paid it off with their help, but I put $42,000 the 6 years they rented it towards the mortgage from their rent.
I love it. Very well done, David. Proud of you, man. Congratulations. Very well done. Okay, millionaires we talked to today. 3.3 million, 3.4, 125, 7 million, 165, and 2 million. The only person that inherited anything prior to having $1 million was this last one. He had inherited $70,000.
Yeah.
One couple inherited $350 after they were already millionaires. Law enforcement, truck driver, grocery store owner, software engineer, IT manager, retired, and a musician. All over the map. What's the proof here? Anybody can do it, Rachel.
Which I love, the all the questions that you ask, but you get the range of ages, the range of income, the range of jobs and careers, but it's that consistent live on less than you make, put money away, and work hard.
Yep. 34, 32, 36, age 58, 55, 62, 48, 40, and 53. So no one under 30, no one over 60, but one.
Over 65.
Over 60. No one over 65. That'd be a way of saying it. Yeah. So this is consistent, too, with the findings of the study that we published in Baby Steps Millionaires. So
and to think how the rest of America, the stats that we're seeing, living paycheck to paycheck, the rise of credit card debt, and it's just continuing to live on the edge, on the edge, on the edge, on the edge, on the edge.
And all these people are saying, don't live on the edge.
Don't live on the edge.
There you go.
Do the boring stuff. It works.
That puts this hour of the Ramsey Show in the books. Thanks, Rachel Cruz, Austin, Ben, Zach, Andrew, James, and Will. Everybody in the booth. Thank you. The booth dudes. That puts this hour in the books. We'll be back with you before you know it. In the meantime, remember, there's ultimately only one way to financial peace, and that's to walk daily with the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus.
Hey, it's Rachel Cruz, co-host on The Ramsey Show. If you want to do your debt-free scream live on the show, visit RamseySolutions.com/debt-free scream. We'd love for you to come to Nashville and tell Dave your story. That's RamseySolutions.com/debt-free scream.